Hi everyone, welcome to Northern Zen Yoga. My name is Sandra, and today we're going to be having this very short video that's going to focus on our wrists and our ankles. So what happens as we start to get a little bit older is that the wear and tear on our joints that has been in progress for a very long time starts to show up in weird and strange, wonderful ways by starting to, when you wake up, particularly in the morning, cause you to have some pain or stiffness in your hands and in your wrists. And this is probably because you haven't been moving around too much, or you may have been laying on your arm or something, and the circulation has slowed down so that blood has not been getting and fluids have not been getting to the joints as easily as they do when you're moving around in the daytime. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a few very simple exercises which will just help you to be able to get the fluid back into the joints so that they're not so stiff and sore. And also it will help to build up a little bit of strength and flexibility in the wrists particularly and the fingers. So there's nothing you really need here. You don't have to get any special equipment. Just find yourself a very comfortable place to sit for now. And when we get down to the legs, you may have to find a way to get yourself so that you can stretch your legs out and have some heel support. Maybe if you have a lazy boy chair even, you can practice this. Or you can sit on the bed and extend your legs out and do it when you first get up in the morning to get the fluids moving. So let's begin with the hands. So we're just going to begin with stretching the fingers out and relaxing them, and stretching them out and relaxing them. Just keep doing this and start to tighten up as you come back in now and stretch out, hold it, breathe, come back in, tighten up, clench your fist, stretch it out, hold it, but breathe. Don't forget to breathe. Very important. Don't hold your breath. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Relax, tighten up. Let's take this for a couple of breaths. Tight, 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 tight. And then we're going to stretch it out. And now we're going to take it up to the wrists. So we're just going to start to move our wrists in a circle. Whichever way seems natural for you, just go with the flow. Just moving around, trying to find your whole rotation of your wrists here. And we're going to keep breathing and close your eyes and just try not to focus too much on which way you're going and what you're doing here. Just allow your hands to move freely in a circle. And we're going to stop and we're going to go the opposite way. This may take a little more focus because now we're going in the opposite direction. And release. Shake out your shoulders if they're feeling tight. We're going to extend our arm out and we're going to go as if we're trying to reach for something that's just out of our grasp but not moving your body. So we're not doing this. We're actually trying to extend out through the arm from the shoulder. This is also a good extension for the shoulder and the arm stretch too. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Push your palm out. Reach with your fingers. Push your palm out. Reach with your fingers. And we're just going to rotate back and forth. Reach, reach, reach. And really make an effort. Really try to extend right out through the fingertips, spreading your fingers apart. You can see this, but I'm really opening up the palm, trying to reach, reach, reach with every finger and relax. And we'll bring that down. And let's try the other side now. Stretch it out. Reach, 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 reach. And relax. And we're going to push the palm out this time. And relax. And reach, reach, reach with your fingers. Stretch it out. Rest it a little bit. Push your palm out. And without releasing it, we're going to start to reach, 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 reach. Spread your fingers out. One side you might find feels a little better than the other. That's natural. Keep stretching, keep reaching. Remember, you're not moving your body. You're just trying to stretch out the length of your arm and release. And you can feel the heaviness in your arms and your shoulders and your wrists. That's a good thing, because that means we've got blood down there. So let's just shake that out. And while we're shaking it out, let's shake out our wrists. Let your hands get very loose and flappy, and we'll just shake, 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 shake. Now, a lot of people have difficulty when they're doing positions, even cat-cow on the floor or on their chair, if they're doing a chair position, standing chair position. But that's because the wrist won't flex completely. You probably have a little bit of carpal tunnel in here, or just a shortening of the ligaments in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to do an exercise which is pretty simple. You just take your one hand and you place it against the fingers of the other hand, and you gently encourage your hand to go backward. So we're pushing out the palm and we're pulling back the fingers. And release. Let's press it down again. And release one more time. Nice big stretch. And you're going to feel this stretch coming right up in here. So only go to the point where you feel the stretch and you're not feeling any sharp pains. This is very important in yoga. We only want to feel stretchy, achy sensations. We never want to feel painful sensations. So let's just push this back one more time and release, and we'll shake that out, and we're going to flip hands. So push back the fingers, push out the palm. And again, you might find on this side or the other side was easier. One side is always a little stiffer. And it usually is the dominant hand that is the one that feels the most, because it's used the most. Relax, let's stretch it back. Remember, while you're pulling your fingers back gently, you're also pushing your palm forward a little bit so that you really extend up into the palm. Release one more time. And release. Shake it out. Now, another thing you can do is you can massage the knuckle joints across your hand here by just grabbing them and just giving them a nice little rub right into those big joints. And you can also move up to the second knuckle and the fingers. And even the last knuckle, if you feel it needs it a little bit too, give it a little rub, making sure the circulation is all getting there. And we can't forget the thumb. Now the thumb, we're just going to do some circles with the thumb. Some movement into the thumb. And then we're going to rub that big joint. And then the next one. And see if your hand's feeling a little looser. And let's come over to this hand. So we're going to rub these big joints across just where the fingers attach to the palm. And how long you do this is up to you. If it feels really good, if it feels really wonderful to be massaging these big knuckle joints, just go as long as you feel that feels good. And there's never too much massaging, believe me. And let's go move up a joint on the fingers, some circulation in there. So a lot of times stiffness in the joints happens simply because the joints dry out. And that movement of getting the circulation coming into by massaging them or moving them helps to bring also much needed fluid to the joint. And then we're going to move to the thumb. So let's just take this thumb and just move it into some circles here. You can either do it yourself or you can help it along. Try not to let it bend too much. I have this funny joint in this thumb, particularly it's double hinged, so it tends to want to wobble and wiggle all over the place, but yours probably is a little different. And then we're going to massage the joints, the big joint first, and then the upper joint, and then. So those are great exercises you can do. You can do those every morning. You can do them anytime your hands are feeling stiff, to get the circulation into the joints and make things more flexible. So that when you do your positions where you have to put your palms down onto the mat, you're already got your joints in your hands warmed up, ready to go, so that they're not having to get the fluids coming in there by just that action. So they're already moistened up and loosened up. So let's move down to the ankles. So quite similarly, the ankle, I'm just going to try to put my foot up to the side a little bit. The ankle is got the same issues because of sleeping at night. We don't, especially if you're a person who doesn't tend to move around too much, or if you sit a lot, you're not getting all of the circulation you need down to your ankle and your toes. So we're just going to start and begin with just doing some circles. We're just going to go in circles. It doesn't matter which way you start. Usually the way you start is the way that feels most natural to you to move the foot. And as you make these circles, try to make them bigger. Try to push your foot over toward the floor in the front as far as you can and to the side, and pull it back. And don't worry if you can't move your ankle as freely as I can move mine. Just go within your range of movement today. That's what's important. Yoga is not a contest. It's a personal journey. So always keep that in mind, that we're never, ever, ever in competition with me, or if you're doing yoga with other people, with the people around you. You're in competition only with yourself and getting yourself to move forward. Okay, we're going to stop and we're going to go the opposite direction now. Going round and around. We're just going to do this a few more times, coming around. And really, just like the hand, we're pushing the toe out and we're pulling it back. And we're going to come back and relax and shake your leg out a little bit if it feels a little bit stiff. And now we're just going to do some toe points and push, heel. Point your toe, push your heel, point your toe, push your heel. And let's stop and we'll switch legs. So again, coming into a circle to begin with. And as you begin, you may not be able to move your foot around too freely, but keep going until you start to feel it loosen up, and then you can start to exaggerate that circle a little more. So we talk about no pain in yoga. Achy stretch is good. And pushing yourself just into that achy stretch is something you need to think about too. Testing the water to see how far that achy stretch can go before it does start to feel more painful than achy. And then staying within that range. Sometimes we get very complacent and we feel, oh, there's the achy stretch. I'm not going to push it any further. Too afraid, might hurt me now. But if you just try to go just that little teensy bit farther and see what happens, that's where you might make more progress. And staying in that achy place for a period of time, breathing deeply, and we're going to stop and we're going to go the other way. So remember, as you move your ankle around, you're trying to extend it, stretch the toes away, pull the toes toward you. And these exercises can be taken all the way up to the shoulders. I do have a video, Wake Up the Joints video, that has the complete series of this, which works from your fingers up to your shoulders, and from your, you can stop now, from your toes up to your hip joints. So now, check that out if you like, and then you'll get a complete body workout all at the same time. Now we're going to massage the toes. So for some of you, this might be a hard thing to do. So if you're able to get your feet near enough to reach them, we're going to do just like we did with our hands. We're just going to massage the big joints. Now, I don't think you can see this very well in the video, but I have a bunion thingy happening here. If any of you have bunions, you know what they are. This was one time a locked up joint. I had damaged my toe joint severely, and I didn't get help for it, at least right away. And it became extremely painful and hard to walk. I had surgery on it, but the surgery didn't really do much more than just loosen it up a tiny, tiny bit and take some of the pain away. After that, when I began yoga, it was a very long journey to get this toe to bend as much as it does right now. So when I put pressure on this toe, it's a little bit painful in certain places. And so you need to respect your toes if you're feeling that. But a nice big massage into the toe joints, into the ball of the foot. Or if you can't reach your feet and you have a partner who could help you, have them rub your feet for you between the pad on the bottom and the top where the joints bend, to get in there and just give you a nice massage, just getting the circulation in there, and then working your way up each toe, getting the circulation moving around the toe joints. Let's switch sides. Rubbing the joints of your toes. For me, I can bring my feet up, and if you're able to do this, and then I can really give the bottom of my foot a good massage. But I'm respectful that most of you out there may not be there yet, and I want you to find a way you can get the same thing happening with as much assistance as you need, or in what position it works for you. Whatever works, do it. And then we'll move up the toes. We cut the toes. Our feet take a lot of abuse. We have worn, well, if you're like me, you've worn high heel shoes for many years, and you've worn probably shoes that pinched and blistered your feet. If you play sports, you've probably done some damage to your feet by running in shoes that were not proper for the sport that you were in. So keeping our feet flexible and healthy into old age is really important, because when we lose the ability to walk, we've lost the ability to move and be mobile. And once we stop being mobile, then a lot of other things happen. And that's what yoga and gracefully aging is about. It's about keeping your body moving so that you can enjoy every moment of life that you have left. And your grandkids. Running with your grandkids is fun. So, shake everything out. I hope this video helped you. I hope it helped you to get some methodology to being able to get the circulation going in your hands and your feet, so that your practice is a little more enjoyable. Those things were, for me, the things that were holding me back a little bit in the beginning. So take the time every day, if you can, to massage your hands, massage your feet, move your joints, rotate them, get the fluids going into them, both feet and hands. And even if you don't do yoga that day, you'll still feel a lot better, because every movement that you make will be more pleasant and less painful. If you've enjoyed this video, please press subscribe if you haven't already. And if you'd like to, join me on Facebook, and then you'll get posts about everything that's coming up and things that are not posted to the YouTube channel. And also to visit my website and consider becoming a patron of yoga. Bye for now, everyone. Namaste. Have a wonderful day. See you next time.